What's up, everybody? It's April Dawn. I know I'm coming to you a little bit different today, but I wanted to come to do a quick review of Dear White People, episodes 6 through 10. So this is the Netflix series, excuse me, called Dear White People. This is episode 6 through 10 of my review. So I watched the rest of it on Sunday. So I was kind of surprised that they focused a lot on character development with this series. We didn't get a whole lot of extra plot, the situation happened with the police officer at the party and him pulling the gun. I forgot to say that on my last review. He pulled a gun on the boy. That's why it was so dramatic, because he pulled a gun on the guy. So I forgot that whole part. But that happened, and as a result of that, people felt a certain way on the campus about what happened. And after that, they're talking about organizing a riot or a protest, some type of protest. So Troy wants to have a town hall, but the people from the BSU feel like Sam and their crew feel like the town hall is not going to be effective, and they're going to protest the town hall. Okay, so on chapter 6, basically we're spending most of the episode trying to figure out where Reggie is. We find Reggie at some point, and he has a meeting with the dean, and so they all wait for him at the dean's office. He doesn't show up. So Sam is, trying to find him all day long. So eventually she finds him, and he's at a coffee shop, and they're doing like open mic type stuff, and people are getting up there doing all type of different poems and whatnot. So her and Reggie talk to each other, and it's cute. They flirt or whatever. Some things they have in common, and and whatnot. So she so he tells her that he's liked her since he was a freshman, and then he's jealous of Gabe. So he's like, well, I didn't get all this. She's like, well, I didn't get all this. That are basically like, I didn't know you like to do these things, like read poems and whatnot, because he got up and read a poem. It was real cute. It was real deaf poetry. It was cute or whatever. So she was like, I didn't know this. And so she had a moment where she was like, I might want to try that chocolate. And so she went on and tried it, because Gabe called her while they were together, and basically she didn't answer the phone. Okay, so she looked at the phone, and it cuts the face to black. So we get to infer if her and Reggie actually went through with the act, which they probably did, since she didn't answer the phone. Okay, so chapter 7 is all about Gabe. So it just goes, I like how they go into the fact that this is why I say, people of other races should watch it. Don't get discouraged by the title, because it does put you in the mindset, like it takes you into each character's perspective. So this is totally about Gabe. It's basically about how he feels to be how it feels to be the one white boy that's always in the middle of the, black people talking about what's going on and systematic racism. How sometimes he just want to stand up and be like, people get what they deserve sometimes. It don't have nothing to do with race, or just because I'm a white man don't mean I'm a butthole, whatever. So that was pretty interesting to get his perspective. Like, you had to feel a little bad for him. Like, you can't win for losing. Basically, whatever you say, somebody gonna have a problem with. So it was kind of upsetting for him. So it spends a lot. He's obsessing over Sam, about how Sam is, unreliable. That's the reason why he like you. You know how y'all mean now. Y'all love women who give you the run around, okay? So she basically giving him the run around. She see him whenever she want to see him. Sometimes she disappears for days at a time. But how he's like hopelessly in love with Sam or whatever. So he's in love with Sam. And she did not show up to the rally. I forgot about this. On the last episode, they planned this to the protest. So they planned this protest, and they was going to make a human barrier outside of the stadium for the pep rally, but she didn't show up, because when Gabe was calling her, she was with Reggie. So she didn't show up. So obviously the next day he's thinking that she cheated on him with Reggie. So we're into episode 7. He's calling her all the time. Like I said, sometimes she answers, sometimes she don't. So they meet with the BSU. Everybody gets together and they decide what they're gonna do for the protest, or figure out that they should protest. Okay, so they go back and forth with Troy, because like I said, he agrees with the town hall. They're going to basically, what they're doing is, like a Malcolm X, Martin Luther King thing, where the more radical the BSU is, the more appealing Troy becomes, right? Because now they're going to want to work with you, because they don't want the protest, so they're going to want to work with Troy. So they're working together to kind of like do that Jedi mind trick on the white people, you know what I'm saying, to get what they want. So so She hooks everybody up. Sam partners everybody up, and you think that she would partner herself with her boyfriend, but she partnered herself with Reggie, and Joel with Gabe. And so, Joel and Gabe are together all day. So they go around and they, start learning things about each other. Like Joel has a crush on Reggie. They talk about what type or whatever they have. So Joel obviously has a crush on Reggie, and obviously Gabe is worried about Sam and Reggie messing around with each other or sleeping with each other, or whatever. So throughout the day, Gabe finally reveals that he is the one who called the police, because they got the 911 call from, the boy Lionel. He got the 911 audio. So it's revealed that Gabe is the one who called the police. Now, I personally don't feel like this is a big deal, because like he said, he didn't know that the police, it's not like he told the police to come pull a gun on people. He just said, I need somebody to come because the party is getting out of control. Now, whether or not he should have done that is, neither here nor there. So I don't even see what the big deal was, child. But I guess because, you're supposed to be down for the team, you ain't supposed to be calling the popo. I don't know, like you scary. So I guess, child, maybe I'm just scary, because I'd have called the police too. Okay, if it had got out of control, I probably would have called the police too. It is what it is. If somebody called the police, you can't fault them for that. But, it's a big deal. She says that Sam do not need to find out. And so, of course, Sam gonna find out. Y'all already know as soon as she says she don't need to find out. It wasn't even that long. It was like 2 scenes later she found out or whatever was going on. So, Sam, she finally catch up with Gabe, and he tells her, she unreliable. Basically everything I just said at the beginning of this episode. And, they reveal to each other that they both love each other. However, Lionel, the next day, he writes an article talking about how the police overreacted. And it has the Gabe's 911 call. So the next day when he gets up to go talk to Sam, and he can't... He walks into the place and has discovered, or no, I'm lying. Lionel sent it to Sam first, and Sam listened to it. She was with Gabe. And so she heard it, and she heard that it was him. And so she, she's upset with him. She gets her stuff and she leaves or whatever. So she's really upset about what has happened, has transpired. Okay. So he comes, he's trying to call her or whatever. He finally catches up with her at the BSU meeting. Everybody looking at him, and Reggie put his arm around her like, boom, she mine or whatever. Because early in the episode, he was like, if you need anything, me and what he said, me and Sam are here for you. And he was like, I think I got what I need. I was like, nigga, bye. Okay, nigga. Bye, Reggie, bye. But anyway, why does, I got an ex-boyfriend named Reggie, okay? Why does Reggie be... But he was cute or whatever. But Reggie, you tried it. Like, you a little bit too confident, my dude. But a little bit too confident, because you're going to want the white boy back on the next episode. So anyway, that was that. The next episode is about Lionel again, okay? So I really liked this episode. It was really good. So Lionel got in trouble for writing an article. So he decides that he wants to write a profile on Troy instead. So his editor gives the story to another girl, but he still decides he's going to try to get this story, because Troy is his roommate. So he spends the day with Troy. They go to a bar. He finds out that Troy, the professor shows up. So he finds out that Troy, or he figures out, excuse me, y'all. He figures out that Troy has been sleeping with the professor that's gay. That one, the old lady professor, right? So he figures that out, and Troy says some things about, sometimes he just want to run away. He talks about how his dad was as hard of a husband as he is a father, because the mother, she left. I don't know if she died or she left. I can't remember, but she's not there, and she's gone for whatever reason, okay? So, Troy kind of lures him in a little bit, like he likes him or whatever. I think he plays on the fact that he knows that Lionel likes him. So at the end of the night, Lionel thinks that they're going to kiss, because he asked him to come into the restroom together. But then it's revealed that he just wants to use his urine for the pee test, child. That's it. Okay, that's a little shade. So, but Lionel felt a little crushed when he walked out the bathroom. That was funny. He was like, he used to ask me for mine all the time, but my pee ain't been clear since I was 13, okay? But that was hilarious to me, okay? So that was cute and funny. But, yeah, so... Silvio tells him, his little editor guy tells him basically that, he don't need to get his hopes up for Troy. Troy gonna always be straight, and you need to just let it go. Like, let it go, my dude. And so, Lionel discovers that Kurt, hold up. Okay, Lionel discovered that Kurt has published, like, in their magazine, the Pastiche magazine, Art of Sam, you know, he wrote a thing and it was blotted out and it said white people suck or something like that. That was against Sam and against the protest that was going to happen or whatever. So he sends a story on Troy and the racism on campus to Silvio, including how he believes Troy is in Arrested Development who cannot solve the campus's race issues. So, you know, and Troy, you know, the fallout from, I mean, he publishes the article and Troy don't seem to have a problem with it. The girl he's dating, Coco, seems to have an issue with the article, you know, because she feel like it made Troy look a certain type of way or whatever. But Troy said he comfortable with it. His dad gives him a watch or whatever. This is on the next episode. Now we on chapter 9. So this episode is mainly about Coco again. So Coco and Troy and their whole relationship and how you know, she don't really like Troy. She just liked the status that he could bring because she couldn't find no white boy, so she decided to start dating black boys or whatever. And so, you know, she felt like Troy could get her to the status that she wants to be in life. They don't give us a lot of backstory about her, but just through the dialogue, she reveals that she's from the south side of Chicago. She done saw people get shot and killed before. So, and she's like she has a mentor that has helped her, an old white man that's paid for her to go to school or, you know, get her education and do whatever she's trying to do. So she's trying to move up in status in the world, you know what I'm saying, through debutantes and, you know, meeting the right person and marrying the right guy and all that good stuff, you know. So it's cool. She's a very smart person, though. She don't actually have to marry nobody to be successful, but she's that woman that feel like her life is not complete until she has a husband to live the life with, okay? So we just gonna put it like that. So Troy fits the bill. So, you know, it just kind of goes back and forth for how they got together, and they just, you know, how they mess around. Their relationship is kind of superficial. I mean, you know, he takes Coco to a fundraiser with him. He invites her to go with him, and because one time they was having sex and her wig fell off, and so it was hilarious. That was probably the funny part of the episode, child. When that wig came off, I said, oh my God! It was a full lace wig too, honey. It was a thick wig. So anywho, the wig fell off, and, you know, he told her he liked her. He didn't, you know, he always liked the girl. He didn't, you know, care about the wig or whatever. And so she wore her natural hair when he invited her to this fundraiser to go to. And so she was excited about the fundraiser because it had some of the highest bidders, the donors that go to the school. So at the fundraiser, they discussed integrating AP because they talked about the protest that was happening. So they feel like if the protest happens, because they agree with the town hall, of course, because it's controlled. So they feel like, you know, if the protest is happening, and they're thinking about integrating the black dorm that's on campus. And the people who, you know, put $10 million into the school, they're like, well, we want to integrate because we need to stop these problems, you know, it's self-segregation or whatever. So, you know, they feel like, you know, Coco can see that these people are wielding their money to control the school, that the school is doing what they want to do, not based on what the students need, based on the donors' amount of money that they're giving into the school or whatever. So, like I said, Coco is a very smart person, and, you know, she's very savvy. She's a savvy girl, you know, so she don't really need she can really do this by herself. So this was all really about her, you know what I'm saying, like, finally getting the strength to, like, dump Troy. So this is what happened. So, yeah, so Troy reveals, Coco, at the party, Nika is there, the professor. So she can tell that there, you know, something that's going on. I mean, she not no stupid girl. You know, they talking to each other. Oh, you know, can you come this way? Oh, yes, come this way. I'll talk to you. You know, and so she put 2 and 2 together and reveals, you know, and figures out what's going on with the girl. And at this point, you know, she starts crying because she's really upset that he would do this to her. But then he turns around and says, you know, what do you like about me as a person other than, you know, who I am and, you know, what I can do for your status? But other than that, what do you like about me? Like, just me as a person. So they really don't even know each other like this. So, you know, I know she was hurt, but it's like, girl, you got into this for your own motives, and you just upset that you know, got your feelings hurt. Maybe you thought it was working out and you got your feelings hurt because you feel like, you know, because he got into it for his own motives as well. So, you know, it just is what it is. So, she tells him, you know, they break up. She tells him that she gonna do well, and, you know, she gonna be doing X, Y, and Z, and he gonna be wishing that he could breathe her air, you know, and talk to her, and, you know, she's gonna walk away, you know, he could take his raggedy duffel bag and leave, you know, all of that. And so, she goes to Sam. yeah, she goes to Sam and she tries to get Sam to stop the protest. Sam says no, she's not stopping the protest. Troy shows up at the same time, and that's after that when they have the argument, because he said you badgering me about doing stuff, and I go and do it, and I see you there doing it before me. You think I can't do anything without you, and that's when they get into you. What do you know about me? How do you care about me, and all that stuff, blah blah blah. So yeah, so and that's pretty much it. So she realizes that she don't need Troy to succeed, and she walk out the room. She's gassed. She's ready to accomplish her goals, honey. She done took her weave out, and she was like, I can't believe I took my weave out for you. Like, Negro, I had probably just got that wig. It was like $400. You tripping. Okay, so off RPG. Like, you tripping. Anyway, so chapter 10. This is my last one. So this is the day of the protest. Sam finally gets in touch with Gabe, and they talk about Reggie. She reveals that she slept with Reggie, but she only slept with him because she wanted to make sure it's what she wanted. Like, don't that sound like some white girl stuff? Like, I just slept with him because I just want to, realize and figure out what I had wanted. Girl, what? So he like, I need some time because I don't know about all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you doing the most. I mean, what do you expect him to do? Like, him to be like, oh, okay, you just decided to sleep with this man and, and you wasn't going to, girl, I can't with Sam. Okay, so she wants to make sure that she was, sure that's what she wants to be with Gabe. So Gabe goes off and he say he don't know what he gonna do. So Lionel interviews Sam about the protest, okay, and then later on he researches about the Hancocks. The Hancocks are the people who owe all this money to the school, because Sam, mentions that they that Coco and Troy came by, and she kind of forgets and she says that. So he researches the Hancocks and how much money they're donating to the school. Even the magazine or the newspaper that he works for is funded by the Hancocks. So Silvio tells him, the Hancocks are off limits, but obviously this is Lionel. He's going to keep digging and digging. Okay, so the town hall is happening, and so Troy goes outside to try to quell the protest going on outside, because some other people have decided to protest. This is their piggyback. People have protested about drinking on campus, and then there's another group that comes up protesting about we don't see colors of the rainbow, we don't see people, we colorblind or something like that. So they kind of like invalidated the protest, kind of like a Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter type of situation going on outside. So Troy goes outside, and then what's her name? She locks him out. Not Sam, the other girl. Coco locks him out, and she takes over basically the town hall. So it's like 3 or 4 questions that ain't about nothing, y'all. They cut off the people, for the question. It's like a formula to this thing to shut it down. It works, okay? So yeah, so her and Kurt, Sam and Kurt go back and forth outside. That's the pastiche, and her dear white people. They go back and forth about, have you really got anything accomplished on this campus other than yelling and screaming? And I mean, he has a point at some, you have to work with people to get people, to get things to change. And she says her stuff, and he says his stuff. They both have valid points, and they even, like I said, but his ending point of have you gotten anything done kind of strikes the chord with Sam, okay? So Gabe and Sam go to the side to discuss things, and he tells her, he does kiss her, but he tells her that, he can't be with her because it's always going to be like this, okay? And so she's upset. So she thought she was going to get her man back, but nah, girl, she didn't get her man back. Okay, so, yeah, so it says Coco gives the last question to Lionel at the town hall. So at the town hall, Lionel stands up and he says that he confronts the Hancocks, or he confronts them, basically says, is the school, making decisions based on what his students needs or what the donor donates to the school. And he spills the beans about opening up AP. So he's finally, coming to his own and found his voice. Okay, Lionel. All right, Lionel. It was cute. So the entire campus gets a notification about the article that he has written about this whole situation, and the secret is out. Okay, he's held on campus by security guards. One pulls a gun on the front of him in the entire campus. The dean rushes out, stopping the guards. Oh, because Troy rusted and busted a window. So, this is an example of no matter how much money you have in class and status, that, you can still go to jail as a black person. So it's very good. And so they take him away to jail. So Reggie informs Joel he's no longer interested in Sam. They're all watching their weekly episode of Scandal. Silvio kisses Lionel, so I guess they like each other now. It was cute. And that was pretty much it. Everybody's like, well, what's going to happen now? Well, we don't know. So they're all looking at the camera. Great final camera shot. It was excellent. So I just want to hear you guys' thoughts about what happened this season. Did you like it? Did you not? I like the fact that they developed the characters and they gave us a really good sense of who the different people were. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Leave your likes, comments underneath. Don't forget to share the video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.